All right, let's take a look and review how to divide fractions. Remember, to divide fractions, we are going to keep, change, flip, or as our lovely song likes to say, dividing fractions, don't ask why, flip the second and multiply. Okay, one more time. Dividing fractions, don't ask why, flip the second and multiply. So let's go ahead and take a look at our first example. Our first example is 3/8 divided by 2/3. Now, this is just our basic standard regular fractions, so we don't have to change the fractions or anything. We can jump right into our keep, change, flip. So what that means is we are going to keep the first number, so we keep it exactly as it is. We don't do anything to it. We are going to change our sign to multiplication, and we are going to flip the second number. So that means the bottom is now on the top and the top is on the bottom. Okay, same thing the song said. Dividing fractions, don't ask why, flip the second and multiply. Okay, either way works, keep, change, flip, or if you're like me and you like the song, dividing fractions, don't ask why, flip the second and multiply. So now all we have to do is multiply our fractions, which we already know how to do. We go top times top, so 3 times 3 is 9, and bottom times bottom, 8 times 2 is 16. Okay, we would need to check to see if this needs to be simplified. In this case, it does not. So 9/16 is our final answer. All right, example number 2. Now, if you notice on example number 2, we've got a mixed fraction, okay, and we have a whole number. So before we can keep, change, flip, we have to change these things to make them a little more user-friendly. So we need to change this mixed fraction into an improper fraction by Texas popcorn. We start at the bottom, work our way through our popcorn kernel. 5 times 1 is 5, and 5 plus 3 is 8. So 8 is our top number. Our bottom number stays the same at 5. And I can bring everything else down. But 6 is not a fraction. We need to make 6 a fraction. It's a whole number, and we know that we can put whole numbers on top of 1 and they become a fraction. Okay, now after doing those things, we are ready to keep, change, flip. So keep the first number, don't do anything to it. Change the sign to multiply, and flip the second number. So now we have a 1 on top and we have a 6 on bottom. Now we're just multiplying fractions, okay? Easy peasy. 8 times 1, 8. 5 times 6, 30. Okay, let's figure out how we can reduce this fraction or simplify this fraction. What can I divide both of these numbers by? Well, I can divide this one by 2, and when I do, it gets me 4. 30 can also be divided by 2, and it gets me 15. Now, I just have to make sure, is there anything that 4 and 15 have in common that I can divide by? Well, 4, I can only multiply 1 times 4 or 2 times 2. But 15 can't be divided by 4 without getting a decimal, and it can't be divided by 2 without getting a decimal. So we are done. That is going to be our final answer.